Welcome to Chair Yoga. We're going to start today with a fairly simple standing practice, but this might be quite intense, especially if you're dealing with chronic illness or some sort of physical injury or limitation. I want you to be really mindful about only doing what feels comfortable for you, and remembering that this is your practice, so being very gentle and compassionate. Let's just start with standing, feet about hip width apart, and we're going to find a few beautiful breaths just to start and to arrive. So I invite you to close your eyes, holding on for support, finding those beautiful breaths. Beautiful. Opening your eyes, and we're going to start by coming into standing mountain Tadasana. So keeping that very gentle breath going throughout this practice, and above all, keeping yourself safe and doing movements that feel good for you. I will be suggesting some modifications as we go through. So to start out for a standing practice, especially if you haven't done a standing practice before, or perhaps you've been dealing with illness or injury for some time, you might want to start with one chair on either side, preferably the same height if you have them, just as a little extra support to begin. So coming into our standing mountain, feet grounded on the mat, strong core, long spine. Inhale, lifting the toes, gently placing them down on the mat. Finding an equal weight across both feet. Bringing a very gentle bend to the knees, making sure that our legs are engaged, drawing that energy up the legs, bringing that awareness deep into the pelvic floor. Finding a breath or two there, really establishing our awareness, perhaps feeling a little energetic lift as we engage the pelvic floor muscles. Bringing our attention a little higher into the core. Again, bringing our awareness into those deep abdominal muscles this time, bringing a little extra engagement to those muscles. Still keeping that beautiful breath flowing. Inhaling, feeling the spine getting nice and tall, visualizing space between the vertebrae, the top of the head reaching towards the sky. Inhaling, gently lifting the shoulders, rolling back into neutral, keeping the shoulders above the hips. And finally, if we're feeling good, we can let go of the chair. Inhaling, opening to the side, finding a couple of beautiful breaths. And exhale, bringing the hands down. So we're going to start working on balance a little bit, and you may prefer to keep both chairs on either side to support you. I'm just going to move this chair to the side for the moment. Please feel free to keep it in place if that's what you need. Okay, so we're standing with our right side to the chair. Again, our feet are just slightly apart this time. Little bend in the knees. Feet are as parallel as we can make them. Strong tummy, tall spine. Gently shifting the weight to the right foot. Don't go too fast. See here, I'm going too far. I'm making that hip joint very unstable. So keeping the strength in that leg. Inhale, lifting and pointing the toe. If this is too much, keep the toe on the floor or even supporting the foot with a block. So for example, just one of these straightforward yoga blocks. Inhale, lifting, pointing the foot. So we're getting a little extra support there. Keeping the focus in the tummy. After 5 breaths, exhale, coming down. Beautiful. We're going to gently shift the weight now to the left side again, keeping stable with those hip bones. Inhale, lifting, pointing the right foot. Little bend in the left knee. See if you can find your balance. Find that strong core, find that length in the spine. Beautiful. Exhale down. Turning now to face the chair, we're going to hold onto the chair with both hands to start with, starting with those feet about hip width apart, little bend in the knees. Inhale, nice tall spine, relax the shoulders, and very gently pushing back with the left foot, finding that length, and see if you can find a little stretch in the front of the thigh muscle. If you're feeling good, inhale, lifting the opposite arm. See if you can find your center of balance, see if you can find your breath. Exhale, bringing the hand down, inhale, bringing the foot in, just walking it out for a moment, doing a little dance if it feels good, coming back to the center, getting ready to do the other side now. So inhale, pushing out that right foot now, inhale, nice tall spine, next inhale, bringing in the left arm, so the opposite arm to the one you're doing now. Finding that strength in the core, finding that beautiful breath. Always holding on to the chair if you feel at all unsteady. That's what the chair is there for. Exhale, bringing that arm down. Inhale, bringing that leg in, walking it out again. Another little dance if it feels good. And coming back to the chair. This time we're going to work on our tree pose. So tree pose is a beautiful pose. It combines balance, it combines that length in the spine, and it also includes a hip opener. So let's just set this up, starting with the right foot, shifting the weight to that right foot, little bend in the knee, strong core, tall spine. Inhale, open the left knee out to the side. And be careful, there's a tendency for the body to rotate to follow that knee, so keep the heart facing forwards the same direction as your right foot. Now I'm showing you a variation here called kickstand. This is very beautiful to begin with if you feel at all unsteady, and you may actually find it easier to release the chair and find prayer pose. But don't worry if you're not there yet, this is a practice, so wherever you are today. If you feel fine here, you might add a little challenge and lift that the sole of the left foot up to the side of the right calf. Again, still focusing on opening that left hip. Heart is still facing forwards, nice and tall, so we're keeping that hip stable, not pushing out to the side. And one last caution, don't place the foot against the side of the knee. We don't want to put any pressure against the side of the knee. So again, focus on that little bend, strong core, inhale, tall spine. Find your prayer pose if you can, even half prayer pose. Finding your beautiful breath. exhale, bringing that foot down and slowly walking it out again. Maybe a little dance, maybe you're feeling a little mellow now. Setting up on the other side. So I'm just going to bring my little helper in here for the moment. Now this time we're shifting our weight to the left foot. So our left leg is the standing leg. A little bend in the knee, so we're engaging those muscles. Inhale, tall spine, strong tummy. Find that opening for the right hip again, making sure that the heart is pointing forwards, the same direction as your left foot. Kickstand, side of the calf, taking care of the knee, finding prayer pose, finding that beautiful breath. And with our standing poses, always remember that a strong core really helps, and finding a point of focus. So a fixed point on the floor or on the wall, just to keep your gaze steady and to keep your mind steady as well. And exhale, bringing that leg down and walking out a little bit. Beautiful. So we're just going to finish with a nice little combination of upward dog, downward dog. And we're going to turn to face our chair this time, relaxing the shoulders, strong tummy. Feet are about hip width apart again, that little bend in the knee. And depending how strong you feel, you might be standing close to the chair if you need a little more support. So we start with our upward dog. Inhale, nice tall spine, strong tummy, leaning towards the chair a little bit. So you notice I'm bringing in a little bit of a back bend now. Inhale, lifting through the heart, looking up, finding that beautiful breath. Keeping that core strong, keeping those legs engaged, keeping that breath steady. Inhale, slowly coming back to the center, bringing the hips back to neutral, getting ready for our downward dog. Again, depending on how strong your practice is, we'll be bending the knees, strong core, walking back from the chair. Maybe you'll just be stopping about here, and this is enough. So really strong tummy, long spine, holding on, trying to start lengthening the back, lengthening the underarms. If you're feeling good, keep going further. Find that happy place for you and your back. Little bend in the knees while you're settling in, lengthening under the arms. Finding that beautiful breath. As you're settling in, you might be able to lengthen the legs a little bit, keeping the muscles strong, pushing down with the heels perhaps. Lifting the hips a little bit. And inhale, strong tummy, bend the knees, slowly walking back towards the chair, spine coming up strong, head coming up last. Beautiful. So coming back to center, and we'll just finish with a few breaths to close our practice. So you can do those standing, or I recommend sitting back in the chair, feet grounded on the mat, relaxing the shoulders, letting the chair really support you. Closing your eyes. If you have a little candle handy, maybe gazing at your candle. Just finding a few beautiful breaths just to close your practice. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.